Christina Brown here with the Brown team at Sage Door Realty, and we are now in the month of April. April showers bring May flowers, so a lot of rain typically comes in April. So this is a great time to think about home maintenance. Before all these storms and all this wet weather comes our way, you want to be prepared inside and outside. So I have several tips to help us. And these are our spring maintenance tips. I'll start with the inside. The inside list is always shorter than the outside list. There's so much outside to stay on top of, but let's dive in. So my interior spring tips. Again, you want to do maintenance on your home before you have a problem. This can save you loads of money in the long run and a ton of headache and stress. And so make sure you stay on top of things. But inside, these are the things that we recommend for spring. First of all, change your filters in your heating and cooling system, and then service that checkup with a professional to come and service and clean and check your AC. That will help keep it running for a long time and make sure it's going to run well and efficient. And when they're there, they'll tell you to do some things outside to the unit, so I'll cover that on the outside part. But it's also a good time to go around and check all your screens, all your storm doors, the screens on there, and just make sure all the screens are intact, because if you want to open those doors on a nice day and your screens have holes in them, you're gonna let bugs in. Plus, if you have kids, it can be a safety thing. So check all that. And then another thing is check for moisture. If you have places in your home where you struggle with moisture, you worry about moisture, especially down in your lower level. If you have a basement, you wanna keep that basement dry. You wanna keep it dehumidified. So check those places, because that can definitely lead to costly repair, and you don't wanna have to deal with mold issues later or that musty smell. All right, your washing machine. This is a biggie. This is actually a fire hazard. You want to check that line from your dryer vent to make sure the lint is cleaned out of it. Get that buildup out of there. That is a major fire hazard. Check that hose while you're at it for any cracks. If there's cracks, you're going to need to replace it. Inspect your air ducts. This is a good time to kind of clean down in your vents. And if you have allergy issues, you really want to keep those clean. Maybe even schedule a service for a pro to come in and clean out those vents, but you don't want mold or allergens or debris or any of that to build up in there. And then of course, make sure your sump pump is working. You want it working, and you want a battery backup before the storm comes, because when you need it, you're gonna wish it were running. So make sure that it's running, make sure that it's working. You would hate to ruin your basement, especially if it's finished or you have personal belongings down there that you wouldn't want messed up. Also, change those batteries inside your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. So it's a great time to do that when we do this. So check those batteries, change them out, and then let's go outside. So there's a ton of things outside. You're going to want to jot these down, because there's a lot of things outside you should do. The major, biggest thing that's protecting your entire home is the roof. Take a glance from the ground. You want to make sure there's no missing shingles, nothing looks weird, out of place. You want to make sure all the flashing's in place. And I know you're not a professional, you may not know what you're looking for, but roofers will often come for free. Just make sure you get one that's reputable, trusted, and not going to make things up, but definitely a great time to check those roofs. That's the biggest thing, protecting your entire home. The other thing is what's holding your home up is that foundation. Walk around that foundation, check that foundation, see if you see any new cracks, possible ways that leakage could come in. You might need to seal them. If it's beyond your expertise, you might need to hire a professional, but you want to stay on top of that. While you're walking around looking at that, look at your siding. Make sure it's all caulked well, painted well. You might need to do some caulking, you might need to do some painting. Also look for termite trails. Here in the great Midwest, we really have to battle termites and need to stay on top of it. It's not a big deal if you find them. You just need to call a professional and have it treated. But if you wait a long time, then they are just eating away. So we don't want that. You want to check your gutters while you're out there. You want to ensure that water is freely running through them as they should, and that all of the leaves and debris and branches and everything are cleared out of there, so that when you need the water to flow through, it can flow. Maybe even consider gutter guards. Trim those trees, trim those shrubs. That will also help keep those gutters clean if you keep them trimmed. And this will also prevent damage to your siding, to your windows, to your roof. If there's a storm, the less dead branches you have on your tree, the less likely they are to fall on your house or on your cars or your neighbors or your fence. It's a good time to check for caulking around your doors and windows as well. Look for wear and tear. Make sure all of that's in good condition. Inspect anything wood around your house, your decks, your railing, if you have porches, just whatever you have that's wood. You want to make sure, again, that you're keeping it up in good condition. Unfortunately, wood does require work. So you're going to have to stain it, seal it. It will make it last so much longer. So check those things, reseal, restain, do whatever you need to do there. Might even need to power wash, maybe power wash your fence, the side of your house. You just want to get that growth and mildew off there that can occur again here in the great Midwest. While you're doing these things, look up at your soffits and make sure that they're all in good condition. If you have a sprinkler system, you need to have, of course, it de-winterized. But you also want to make sure all of your heads are freely working, that they're not buried, that they all work and flow and move as they should, and maybe even schedule someone to inspect it and check it for you. Also, make sure you have your lawn equipment ready to go so that you can stay on top of your lawn. Make sure the blades are sharpened, the oil's changed, all of those things, right? You need to charge batteries, replace old gas, whatever you need to do, because it depends on the kind of mower that you have. The last thing is to go around and check all the concrete, like your driveways, your sidewalks, walkways, those types of things. Again, you're looking for cracks, you're looking for movement, you're looking for trip hazards. You might need to seal them. They make sealer for concrete that can help keep it from getting worse, or at least prevent as much as you possibly can. So check out those things. It's a big list, I know. We all need to do it. Storms are coming this month. We know we're going to get rain. We know it's coming. So let's prepare. Let's keep our house and everything working properly as it should, and save you money, save you headache, and a lot of stress and sleepless nights. I hope that helps. Have a great day.